And you're live.
All right, we're live.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go.
Yo,
What's popping?
let me get this. All right. So today we got Matty Ice on the Von Rebel Show, man. It's a blessing for you to be here.
Sure.
I want to give you your flowers before I even start. Now, and I normally don't do this, but I got to give Matty Ice his flowers. Matty Ice has put a lot of attention on local Arizona artists. I appreciate, what you're doing for the culture. I see your build with Rick Ross. You have the Bel Air sponsor. You got Ethica. You're doing your thing out here, man, and I really appreciate it. So, can you tell me a little bit about how you started that?
For sure. First of all, I appreciate you and your professionalism, your platform, and I'm super excited to be here. So, um, how I started my platform was, I would say, 3 years ago, and I was signed to Bang Energy, and and Bang Energy is the energy drink company, and I started off actually interviewing athletes in the beginning. I interviewed like Byron Murphy from the Cardinals. He's from here. Christian Kirk from the Cardinals. He's from here. Antonio Brown, the football player. Um, Marquette King. I started interviewing a lot of athletes. And then I was like, you know what? My passion's really always been in music, in hip hop, in rap, actually in EDM too, but in music. And I said to myself, you know what? I want to convert this after 5 or 6 interviews to a music platform. And I went immediately into a music platform. The first guest that I secured on the podcast was Futuristic. That was my first like music interview.
How did you? But okay, so me just starting off, with
Mhm.
my platform, the in listening to what you just said is like, how did you jump from just straight into these high caliber people? Like, how did you get?
As far as like the athletes or into like the artists,
Yeah, like the athletes too. Like, how did you even?
you know what it comes down to with you're gonna get denied guests all the time. Like I get denied guests to this day a lot. You know what I mean? I'm still a platform that's growing. Just like everybody else. And I get denied. People say no, and or they'll leave me on red. It happens. You know what I mean? I think what it really comes down to is being persistent, being a good person, being genuine, and having a lot of drive. When you start this, like right now, you're hungry, you got the drive, like I saw it when you hit, like I can tell, you know what I'm saying? You're excited, you got that excitement, you know what I mean? That's what it takes, and people can feel it. I can feel the energy, you know what I mean? And I think that the drive and having a plan and being dedicated to your goal, and you'll get there, and being persistent and take a lot of no's. If you DM 20 people and 19 of them say no, but one of them says yes, well, there you go, you got a dope guest.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
This is a numbers game.
Okay.
Like everybody's not going to be your best friend. Everybody's not going to rock with you. And they might not rock with you. It's funny because people that didn't rock with me 2 or 3 years ago, they probably, some of them are trying to rock with me a little bit more now, or, create conversation with me in some ways. And that's okay. You just, you remember who was genuine with you from the jump. And you always stay genuine, and good things will happen. But like I said, we got into the music side of it all. We hit Futuristic. That was my first, bigger artist interview, especially from here. If Zach's one of the biggest staples here. So that was great. And then it just took off from there. Like it just took off. I mean, I've interviewed probably close to 300 artists now.
Yeah, I see that. I see that. And then like I said, and you're tied in with Rick Ross. I know that you said that email or DM'd him on
Mhm.
IG one day, and
True story.
yeah, and he reached back out to you. Now that's something that's amazing. And you only had you said like 2,000 followers or
Yep.
3,000.
So that was probably about 2 years ago now. Good 2 years ago now. Time flies. I wrote Ross a very detailed letter of what I wanted to do, and what I was, a message of what I was looking to do. And I didn't hit him like everybody else. And I said, this is what I want to do. And I'm not capping. This isn't cap. And since that day, when he said, okay, go ahead, he stamped it personally. He said, okay, I want to see what you got. Let's go. So when he said that, I took it really seriously. And that was, probably about 800 days ago now. I mean, in 800 days ago, out of those 800 days, 750 days, I've been posting with MMG, with Bel Air. I don't skip a beat, because of how genuine he is and how much respect I have for the label, for him as a person, as an artist, as a businessman. MMG, Bel Air. I mean, eternal love for them.
Yes, and I think that's cool because I mean, I want to work with some big artists. I mean, it sometimes it seems like kind of out of reach. You know what I'm saying? Just from starting, but then that's why I said Matty Ice, man, he's an inspiration because man, I watch his shows. I kind of I know his moves and stuff. Not trying to be like weird or nothing, but like I see like the steps that you've taken, and I'm like, dang, like I want to. You know, you give a lot of people, you inspire me. So,
Well, I just want to
man,
let you
it's
know,
crazy.
it's all just being, dedicated to your grind, being a good interviewer and being genuine. I've got to notice that a lot of these artists, they just want to talk to somebody that's genuine
Yeah,
and not trying to use them for what here, or you have this, or you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Genuine, especially in what me and you do, is going to take us a long way.
That's cool, and thank you for supporting the platform, man.
Most definitely.
Now I got some stuff to ask you today.
Cool.
You know, I asked my support base, hey man, you guys got any questions you want to ask Matty Ice? Put them in the hot seat.
Let's do it.
So we're gonna get into those right now.
Let's do it.
All right, let me open this up really quick.
All
right,
we're in the hot seat.
In the hot seat, man. So I'm gonna start off with an easy, nice one.
Okay.
Because you know,
I'm sure they're gonna get a little brutal.
Yeah, some of them.
Kinda... I got haters out here.
All right, so look. So, which artist would you say in Arizona stands out the most? That has the most potential
right now?
Yes, right now.
To this minute, who am I rocking with the most at this specific second?
Yes,
because it can change. Like a week ago, it could have been Merkham's or somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To this specific second, who I'm really fucking gravitating to is Chris Coke.
Chris Coke.
Chris Coke.
I don't know who
I'm sleep.
Chris Coke.
I don't know who that is.
Chris Coke came on my show. He has a couple songs with Merkham's. Him and Merkham's are very close.
Oh, okay.
Him and Merkham's are very close. Chris Coke came on my show a couple weeks ago and delivered a nasty freestyle. I mean, it's the freestyle of the year. It's the freestyle of the year right now. And Lex Bratcher had it before. Vida Ruler was all three of those people. But Chris Coke is somebody like, a lot of people maybe not have heard about him yet.
Yep.
But as a lyricist, and I've seen it all.
Yeah, I know.
I've seen it all. As a lyricist, I'm rocking with Chris Coke. Don't get me wrong. Merkham's is doing his thing right now. I think Merkham's he's doing a fucking amazing job out here, right?
Yeah.
And he's already, he had his billboard in Times Square, and his manager Bryce is doing an incredible job. Merkham's is doing a great job, but like right now, maybe it's just because Merkham's hasn't freestyled on my show yet. So when Merkham's comes in my studio and drops some crazy bars, I'll be really hot on that Merkham's moment. But right now, Chris Coke just came to my studio. He went absolutely motherfucking crazy. And I'm gonna say right now, Chris Coke. But there's a lot of artists that I rock with here, and like I'm very close with Sincerely Collins. I think he's great.
Oh, I like
and J Rob I just talked to on the phone yesterday.
Like
so I'm there's a lot of artists here that I'm super tight with and are close with and respect too. But at this second, I'm rocking with Chris Coke.
Hey, you heard it here, man. You heard it here right now. Hey, look, so has there been an artist that ever like been on your show and they freestyle, but it wasn't really that good? Have you ever
absolutely
told them that like, yo, that wasn't it?
Absolutely. It's funny you just said that. Let's just say this right now. It's a great question. Thank you. So this is what happens. Artists will come on my show and they'll perform, and a majority of the time they do a damn good fucking job.
Yeah.
There's a few times, more than a few times, where they'll come and perform, and I think they could have done a way better job.
Okay.
And then we get into the problem where, I'm not going to bring down an artist and say, oh, you're trash or you're garbage or this and that, because maybe it just wasn't the artist's best day. Maybe they had other shit going on. You can't judge somebody off one performance, right? I'm not going to judge somebody off one performance, right?
Yeah.
But at the same point, I'm not going to go ahead and promote a performance that is very, very mediocre. One, for my platform, I'm not going to do it. And two, why would the artist want me to do that?
See?
If you're an artist, and let's put me in a management situation right now. If I'm in management and I had my artist come on a show and did a mediocre job, why would I want mediocre content out in the world like that? If I'm putting content out and I'm an artist, it has to be the fucking best for my ability, or I'm not putting it out.
So do they get mad at you?
Yeah, some of them will get mad at me like, whoa, well, then I tell it to them just like that.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, bro, your shit was not good. And I'm not saying you're a bad artist or your music's bad. I'm saying that specific performance was not good. And if you want me to put it up there, one, you're probably going to get trashed.
Yeah.
And two, I don't really want to get behind it.
Yeah, I respect that. Trust me. I have situations like that too, and I'm like, I don't know. you know
what I mean? And that comes down to, you're the artist. You come prepared. Like if you're gonna come on these podcast shows and you know it's come prepared.
Yes.
Just come prepared.
I've had people come up here and choke, and like I'm just like, bro, like you brought me the beat, and then you don't even.
And it's cool if you got to take some takes. Everybody, I guarantee you at Funk Flex, they're taking 10 takes there sometimes.
Oh yeah.
And it is what it is. But just come prepared and be animated, and it's all we're on film. You know what I mean? You want to give the best impression to the audience. And I feel like why would I post something that's not the best?
I respect you. I respect that. Because trust me, I'm in these situations too, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
Tell it to them just like that. Like if you thought they could have done a better job, then I can guarantee you the people that are watching that thought the same thing.
Yeah. All right, now look. I got another question for Matty Ice, man. This question was asked by by Spliffers.
Cool.
So
what's a spliffer exactly? What do you mean?
Oh yeah. Shout out to Spliffers. It's a rap.
Okay.
So
cool.
Definitely supporting them. But they said, what is your opinion on cultural appropriation in hip hop? For example, the AI rapper that had just got signed to Capitol Records, but then got dropped for using the N word. So, have you heard about the what if it is FN Mecca?
So that's that rapper that AI. It's like a fake. It's like an artificial rapper, or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was signed to. I just saw a lot of this shit the other day go viral.
Yeah.
It's new to me. I don't know too much about it, but as far as that, he said the N word.
Okay, so he said,
fill me in, and I'll give you my take on it.
Yeah, so they dropped him because he was saying the N word in his.
But this is a fake artificial person. I don't know. It's confusing me. Okay.
But now I guess the guy behind it. I'm not sure. Because I seen a black guy, I seen a white guy. I don't know who's behind it, but they were saying that it was a white guy, and that he's and now. Yeah, it's
white guy's the script writer, or like a white guy's the one programming the AI or whatever.
Yeah, he's behind it. He's behind it. So so that's where the issue comes in.
So here's my take on it. That specific word, the N word, that word is not any white person's word. It's not anybody's word besides the African American black culture. If they feel like they can say that, that's their word, and it is no place for a white person to ever say that fucking word. Ever. Period.
And
it's as simple as that. So that's my take on it. If I don't care if it's artificial, somebody had to program him to speak or say something, right? You can't, he's just not. So whoever programmed him to do that is the one that said that then?
Yes.
And if it was a white person, he should immediately be taken down and fired from his job and canceled.
And it's like the route that is going, because I just seen that they were doing it was like a virtual reality labels or something like to sign AI rappers.
That's just I don't know.
How you feel about like that? Because
I'm not into that at all.
The platforms,
not at all. I don't know what the fuck that is or like what we're trying to get to this world. We're humans. We're people. Like I want to be able to shake your hand and like how are you going to go to an AI cons? Where do we put in 3D people? I don't like this whole like work from home thing, and like I want to be in the world, like interactive. I don't like this whole like let's all shelter and be like scared to touch each other and like all that shit. And like I think the world's getting too like advanced right now, and I think we need to slow the fuck back down and get back to like we're people. Like we're here, we're people. Let's enjoy each other. Let's get back to enjoying people. And like enough of this. There's so much. The past 3 years has been absolute. I thought 2001, like I thought like our lifetime, 9/11 was like the craziest times to live through, right?
Yeah.
It's definitely wasn't, because these past 2 or 3 years, I mean, 9/11 was an awful, tragic, very tragic thing, obviously, event, of course. But these past 2 or 3 years were just like wicked,
insane,
wild.
It's too much going on, man. Like I told him, hey man, when Matty comes to the studio, man, I'm locking the doors. Like I don't trust, you know.
For sure.
Yeah,
no, I got you.
Because even being on doing this platform, I've gotten a lot of support, but then I got people that don't like me either for
I get it all the time.
Yeah. And I'm just now it's just like I have to move a little differently, just being the person that's out and like putting my face out there. So yeah, that's why I'm like, man, lock the door.
You good?
Keep it safe.
For sure.
Okay, so let's go to another question. Are there any topics that you feel are off limits when you're interviewing celebrities?
Actually, I really don't, and I'll tell you why.
Oh, okay.
Now here, let's put it this way. I have what's called, I believe, a gift where I can sit down with somebody.
Yeah.
And we can talk, and I can figure out what they're comfortable talking about. Okay. So I guess that is really on the guest. in what they're comfortable talking about. If the guest is comfortable talking, I'm going to talk to them about what they're talking about.
Yeah.
That's my job. Unless it's really inappropriate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm going to talk to the guest, and I think that's really on the guest. I'm willing to talk about whatever. I mean, I've had crazy conversations on my show. Some of them, like, I don't know if you saw the last interview with Swanee.
Oh yeah, I seen that one.
She talked about having a threesome and having poop under her fingers after the threesome.
Yeah, that
And
was funny.
okay,
I
so
like
like
that
we
one.
get into it all.
Yeah.
But you know, it just depends on I think the guest and what they're comfortable with. Because when we're podcasting, it's all about, you know, the guest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's what I think that's the best way to say it is what the guest is comfortable talking about is what I'll talk about.
Okay. And I agree.
I got a quick question. What you I'm guessing one of your influences is Howard Stern.
I used to watch Howard Stern a lot back in the day. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't say he's a real big influence to me, but I used to watch him a lot back in the day.
You don't think you picked up a couple of pointers? Because you seem like you're pretty good at getting people to talk about uncomfortable situations, and that's what he's a master at.
It's funny that you say that, bro. I respect Howard Stern. You know what? Maybe that's a good point. You know, I really don't know who I would even like. I don't really have somebody that I'm like, really like look up to in this, or like that's, you know, been influential to me. Somebody that really motivated me when I first started my podcast was Ben Baller. Ben Baller is like a big jeweler.
Okay.
And he actually has a podcast called Behind the Baller, and he really motivated me when I first started, I think. But yeah, no, I mean, I respect Howard Stern for his lane and everything.
Okay. And now, okay, so with interviewing people. So look, sometimes I'll have people on here and they kind of like talk a lot too much about stuff that I'm like, maybe you should be talking about that on the camera. Have you ever had situations where a rapper has like snitched on themselves or putting something kind of bad out there? Have you ever pulled back and been like, yo, maybe you should, or like switch the lane? How would you deal with a situation like that? Because
you got good questions. You're dope.
Yeah.
I actually haven't really had a situation that made me feel uncomfortable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There'll be.
I'm sure there will be. I mean, I've interviewed a lot of artists. I mean, I've had artists. Okay, so I've been uncomfortable in like certain situations before, like where they're coming with like some artist that I don't know in Vegas, and I'm interviewing them in my hotel room, and they come up with 3 guns, and I'm like, okay, this is interesting. But like shit like that. But you know, I've never had a situation where I've really felt. I mean, I've even interviewed Tekashi 6ix9ine's bodyguards when the house was shot up with Kanye and Nicki Minaj in there, and they were the bodyguards on site. You know, big church in Adam Plant. I mean, I've interviewed I've had some uncomfortable conversations, but nothing that's made me feel like, oh, we got to pull the plug or we got to switch gears.
Yeah. Okay.
And I feel like also like, yo, if you're the guest, that's on you. It's really, I'm in control of what I say and you're in control of what you say. Yeah. If you come and say some crazy shit, like that's on you.
Because I see a lot of like artists snitching on themselves and they'll blame it on the platform or their.
No, that's the stupidest thing I've ever fucking heard. So, you can't. How can you blame a platform when they're just reporting what you said?
Yeah.
You just don't say anything.
You know, it's platforms I'm talking about, so that's where it comes in mind. Where I'm like, yo, like sometimes I get kind of.
Which platform? I really don't.
So it'll be Adam 22.
Okay.
Like No Jumper, or there's another one I can't think of the name right now. But they always say, oh, they're like the feds or da da da. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll like try to put it on the platform or something.
They love
like
doing that to Vlad too.
Oh yeah, Vlad.
So Vlad interviews Boosie a lot. I've interviewed Boosie before. It was one of my favorite. I love Boosie. He's great. And Vlad. You got to understand, these artists, they go to him too. Like they understand what he's going to ask, and Vlad has his lane, and that's his lane, and people are watching it and subscribing to his shit, and artists are still going there to interview with him. So it is what it is. You know, I think once the artists stop fucking with the interviewers or the platforms, that becomes a problem. Yes. Don't get me wrong, the artists are everything to these platforms. The people that, you know, and I'm interviewing other people too, not just artists, but mainly artists. But you know, that's these platforms are good for all artists, and as far as if you're going to say some shit, just know what you're saying because you're on camera.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, don't say some stupid shit.
Whatever you put out there, man, it's trust me, people are watching.
It's there forever.
Are you ready? Okay. Hey, let's take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to get more into Matty Ice's story.
Let's go. Yeah, we're...
Habari Entertainment Films present There's Only One Name for News with Damon and Iesha. Habari Live Podcast. Habari Entertainment, a race against time. On a quest for glory. Habari News Weekly, HabariEntertainment.com. Catch us for more. Visit us, HabariEntertainment.com.
Oh, for real? Hell yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me get back.
I love that, bro.
All right. My bad.
Are we good? We going back on?
Yeah. Easy. Yo, so.
Damn, we getting up.
Yeah, let me. Hold on. All right, so we had to take a quick break and try Crown Zin's TC wings. Go check him out, please. Go check him out, man. He's a great chef. How'd you like those wings?
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Like, holy shit, those things fucking hit. About to be.
Yes.
They hit.
Like those dip too?
Man,
Okay.
This shit hits.
your boy ain't no joke.
What's the exact Instagram? What's his exact Instagram? Crown.
It's Crownzin's Corner.
Okay.
CROWNZ1NS.
Bro, this is like good quality meat, bro. It's like real. Comes right off the bone. This is fucking good.
Underscore CORNER.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I got-
I can make wings where it's like nice and crispy on the outside, but still juicy
Mm.
on the inside.
These are
I'm supporting
A
you.
plus.
Appreciate it.
I had to. We definitely had to get Matty some wings. up
These are
there,
A
man,
plus.
for real.
And I just had lunch too, and I'm still going.
Bro, is this the sauce homemade?
Yeah, man.
Holy
So,
shit,
I'm gonna
man.
tell you one little secret about the sauce. You won't know what's in it until I tell you, but then you'll kind of taste it. I put pineapple juice.
Okay.
Man, I'm
Fire.
done. Hey, man.
Don't let
Super
these
fire.
people get your recipe, man. They gonna come for you. Trust me.
Yeah, they can figure it out.
Super fire, bro. I
All
hope your
right.
business goes fucking crazy.
I got all right. We back with Matty Ice, man. We had to shout out Crown Zins. Okay, so look, what I want to know, man, is have you ever got a chance to work with some like gay rappers like Saucy Santana or Lil Nas X? And if so, how do you see hip hop adjusting to these type of rappers? Or do you think it's making progress?
I have never interviewed a gay artist yet, or
Yeah.
maybe a female gay artist. You know, like I think I have, or gone both ways.
Okay.
I know Jack Daniels out here, and he's a gay artist, and he has a song with Jada Pink. Me and Jack are locked in. We're super cool.
Yeah.
My whole take in on that situation is it's nobody's fucking business who sleeps with who, or who is hooking up with who. Keep that's personal shit, bro.
Yeah.
And who the fuck are we to say he's gay or she's a lesbian so they can't make music?
Yes.
That makes no fucking sense to me. So for me, I have absolutely no problems with it, and I support every human and their personal decision and their journey, and whatever they're comfortable with. I support.
I would love to see you get Saucy Santana on. That's one that I'm waiting for you to get. Like I said,
He's a rapper. He's a rapper out here.
He's in Miami, I think.
Okay.
But he's upcoming. He dresses feminine.
Okay.
But I think that'll be like something that you can definitely bring, put the spotlight on. You
For
know,
sure.
on the platform.
Definitely.
That's why I had to put that.
I mean,
out
I'm not a
there.
fan of like Lil Nas X's music or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I have no problem with him as a person in his lane or whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
What does it affect me?
See,
The fuck does it affect me? Like who he's sleeping with?
but in hip hop, it gets a little iffy because a lot of people try to
It gets
disrespect
iffy to
because-
people that are have that same mentality still.
Yeah.
That aren't adjusted to the new being gay and like that's all one thing, right?
Yeah.
Talking disrespectful about the culture, using the N-word or gang, talking about different gangs and sets and shit like that. That's where you can come at somebody in hip hop and rap for. But like somebody's sexual preference and what they're doing, I feel like is really their own business.
Yeah, facts. Let me put that up there.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
Music's music. I mean, we're just listening to music. If the song sounds good, we're gonna listen to it.
Have you ever like who do you want to interview? Like what is your like person that you're like I want to really interview them, but you haven't got them on the show yet?
Like so Little Durk's definitely one of my favorite artists, and I've interviewed a lot of people on his label like Duty Low, Noza Jordan. Dirk's a dream interview. Believe it or not, like somebody that I really want to interview and sit down with and see in concert, and you're not gonna even. This is like something people would never even guess. This would be Celine Dion, and I think that's no one would even think that.
Okay, that's different.
No one would
I
ever
thought you
say
were
that.
gonna say
No.
something way.
I mean, Little
different
Durk's
than
like
that.
in the scene, whatever. Little Durk, but somebody that I think is an icon, and I've been talking about her a lot recently for some reason. I don't know. She's just like in my head. I think Celine Dion is the #1 artist in the world. Like, there's no one even coming close to her. What she's done and what she can do. There's not even. You can't even. There's even Drake can't step in the same room with Celine Dion.
Yo, hold on, man.
And he'll tell you that.
What?
He'll say that. He wanted to get Celine Dion's face tattooed on himself.
Wow.
Google it.
Okay. I'm gonna have to
Drake
check it
will
out,
say that
man.
he can't walk in the same room with Celine Dion.
Wow, and Drake is like
He would say that.
top notch, man. Now look, because you actually were at that Little Durk concert back in March, weren't you?
I was
Okay.
that he was here with was it Coy Leray? I was here twice. He was here twice. The tour he just did, the 7220 tour. Yeah, I was backstage.
That was in March. I seen that whole thing too.
Super dope. Great. One of the best concerts I've ever been to.
Man, okay, so look, I got scammed on that concert. Actually, I was supposed to do some stuff, man, and got scammed. But so is this team pretty cool? Like, is this team?
His team is fucking awesome. So like,
reach out.
they're awesome. So, his manager
Yeah.
Ali Gold on Instagram, but
I know who you're talking about.
O is a class act to the T. He invited me to the show, and he gave me a backstage pass, all access, and super genuine. But Dirk's brother Rel, just a super nice guy. I mean, I'm telling you, super nice guy. Rel, and I've told Rel this to his face. Rel is one of the nicest people I've met in the industry. That's Dirk's blood
Wow.
brother. They have the same dad. And Dirk's team is they're all just nice people. Now I don't know them I know them through like just interviewing and music and saying what's up. You know, I don't get into like any other business. I don't know any other business. I don't know anything about what they do outside of, you know, what I see them with. Yeah. But what I see is they're all great people.
Yeah, because like
and nice people.
Are they? Yeah, have you ran into some celebrities that are kind of nasty or like
I didn't really
that bad energy?
I didn't like it. I interviewed Fulio. I didn't really like it.
You didn't like Fulio?
I didn't like the interview. I thought he gave me. I don't know. I just didn't like the energy. No, me and him didn't. I personally didn't like our interview. Yeah. And I thought he wasn't like he's cool. I liked him. I don't know. I didn't really. He was one like person. Blah? Yeah, he was whatever.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I was gonna say. Like, is there some celebrities that like kind of like make you feel like, you know, like less than or something like that? Because I would think like going into that world, like everyone's like feeling like whatever, you
For
know,
sure.
like I'm this or that.
I would think like his interview was something that like he's probably the only one really. I didn't feel the vibes.
Okay. And I was okay. So we're gonna steer it into another direction. This is just some questions that I have.
Yeah, you're cool.
Trying to understand just more so the podcast side of stuff. So like man, I want to see now, and I'm getting nervous.
No, you're good. You're good.
All right. So what I want to know is like, what would you give advice to like a platform like me that's just trying to get into those shaking hands with those type of people?
Okay. So the moment that you first hit me up, it was super professional. And you came at me dope, and then you made a super good flyer. We're here. You got your branding here.
Yeah.
We see the branding, so you're in the right direction there.
Okay.
As far as advice to get off the ground, is that what you're saying?
How do you?
I think you got to understand this, and I had to understand the same thing. Is it takes time, and I'm 300 interviews in now, so I built some momentum up. I've met a lot of people. I've made connections throughout the 300 interviews I've met. Who do they know? Every person I interview, they might know 5 people, and I meet their 5 people, and then I meet their 5 people. And so I've been doing this now for a few years to build a little bit of momentum. The first year was hard.
Yeah.
I was interviewing a majority of the first year of the people for free.
This is my first year. So
first year and a half, I was not charging. The first year and a half, I was not charging. And then I said, okay, I paid my dues now, and now I'm charging. And I don't care. And I'm firm about it.
What made you be like, I'm good enough to charge? Like, what
Well,
made you?
easily. It's so easy where I can pin this down to a T. And when you get to the point where you've and I'm not any better than your show or anything better than, but I think I've had 300 interviews, so I've had a lot
Yeah,
more
that's a lot.
time. That's all. I'm on a time advantage on you. That's all. I think that for me, when it came to the point where I wanted to charge, is super simple. I opened a studio. I spent $20,000 on equipment. My rent's $1,200 a month. I pay an engineer to edit all my videos and the performance, and we do things very high quality. I'm any of the engineers that have worked with me, they fuck with me heavy. They're always paid on time. The business is perfect. But they know one thing about me is I'm a stickler. If I don't think something sounds right, if I don't like how it looks, I'm not posting it. I'm very particular of my brand and my marketing.
Yes.
And my content's top notch. I gotta say it what it is. Like I believe that my content looks fucking great. We put a lot of hard effort into it, and my engineer gets paid every interview. So like what I like to tell these artists is like, bro, interview me. Okay, cool. So should I just come out of my pocket and pay my engineer and then bring you to the studio and pour you a bottle of Bel Air, take an hour of my Friday night out and promote the interview too afterwards, cut your snippets? I'm nobody's bitch.
Yes.
Ever. Okay? So when artists come at me like that and expect me to like just be their waiter and like do everything for them,
Yeah.
there has to be a give and take. Okay. What are you going to do are you going to promote my show really hard? Do you have a good following? Like, what are we doing? If there's not going to be a money exchange, then there better be an even exchange.
Okay.
That's how I look at it.
So
I'm not going to let anybody just come up on me like that.
So like that. Okay. So you wouldn't let like a celebrity just come on the stage?
No, for sure I would. Yes.
No,
like
just a celebrity. Okay, but like you're saying, like locals, they would have to just pay to get on.
Merkham's has never paid me to come on my show. Or like,
so you pick and choose.
I don't even pick and choose. It's like, yo, like, how can I charge Merkham's?
Yeah, he's you
know what I'm saying? Like he's doing something. He's really doing something. He's serious. If you're serious and you're really, really, really about your craft, and I do fuck with you, maybe I won't. It's my choice I don't owe anybody. I'm not hitting these artists up like, yo, can I get a feature for free? Or yo, can you make me a beat for free?
Yeah.
Or yo, can I do this? Can I come in your studio for free? Yo, if I want to interview you, you'll hear from me.
Yeah.
So if I want to interview you, I invite people on all the time for free.
Okay.
Not everybody's paying, but if you hit me and I don't know you, I don't owe you shit. And at the same point, I'm gonna give you. But if you pay me, you're gonna get a fire interview. You're not gonna get shortchanged. You're gonna get the best content, and no one's gonna necessarily know you pay. Like, I don't put it out there, but we make a flyer. We do a whole thing, and I don't feel like I have to. And plus, I have labels that have signed artists from my page. I have labels following me. I have brands that are following me. I have big time influencers and artists that are following me. I don't owe to like show them your stuff either. Like, do you feel me? Like, and that's just where I'm at.
Yeah, and now someone had hit me up, like a couple people actually hit me up and was like, "How'd you get Matty Ice on the show?" I'm like, "Bro, I just reached out personally, and like they're like, yeah, we asked him to come on, and he never came on," and I'm just like, that has nothing to do with me, like, you know what I'm saying? And then I had people trying to come in and sit in on the interviews. I'm like, man, like, I'm working hard for this, you know what I'm saying?
What it comes down to? It's those type of people are just looking for like they're looking for my demise, or they're looking for I don't even get it. What do you want from me? Like, I don't even know what you want. I can't figure it out myself. There's been a little bit of weird drama here in Arizona a little bit. At the end of the day, I'll say this. I'm not an Arizona podcaster. I'm not doing this for Arizona. I'm not Arizona media. It's like the last thing I am is Arizona media or an Arizona podcaster. My studio's here in Arizona. I live here, but I'm not an Arizona podcast, and I am not an Arizona platform, and I am not doing this solely for Arizona artists. Now, if you're an Arizona artist, I want to rock with you heavy, and I want to promote you, and we're here together and we're close. So I'm definitely here to rock with you and support the fuck out of you. But I'm doing this for every artist, not only here in the United States. I have artists in Canada that have hit me. I've had some fire Canadian interviews. So I'm looking to move everywhere. And doing this my way and differently. I'm not trying to do this like Adam 22. I'm not trying to do this like Charlemagne or I have a hell of a lot of respect for, even though I've never met him, Bootleg Kev. I think I got a lot of respect for. I never met Bootleg Kev.
Man, you guys would be awesome together on like an interview or something, like talking wise.
I never met him. Lots of respect for him and what he does, and I mean, I'm just doing this kind of my own way, different. Like, you're seeing like the the brands and the Bel Air and the marketing behind it and Ross and MMG. And I'm just doing things a little bit out of the ordinary. And I think that's kind of shaking things up a little bit.
Mhm.
And when you meet me, it's genuine. I don't talk shit. There's been people that have hit me up like, yo, should I go on their platform?
Yeah.
People that I don't fuck with out here. I'm like, yeah, go do it. Why would I care? Like, that's just, you're going to see, your music is going to get shown to other people. Like,
Yeah.
why would I tell you not to do that? That's fucking dumb.
I think they're looking for your approval. Like, who's
People want to catch me
who's
up and
not-
like saying something dumb, or like people just want to catch me up, and that just comes with the territory. But there's just nothing there.
But why do people hate you so much, man?
I don't even think-
I'm not saying they hate you, but like
I don't even think there's. I mean, if you look at like how there are some haters, right? I really don't know.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it just comes from me being doing this in hip hop, and I couldn't tell you. And it's funny though, but like all the artists still fuck with me.
Yeah. Like I don't
mean,
see any problem with it.
All the artists are still. We're doing interviews, and I really couldn't tell you what it is. And to be real with you, the people that, let's be real, the people that hate me or don't like me,
Yeah.
who the fuck are they? And what are they doing? What the fuck are they doing?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, you're
Zero.
You're at the top, man.
Anybody, and I'm not even at the top. Like, we're together. Like, yo, it is what it is. I'm just saying, like, their hate, they're zeros. They're nobodies.
Yeah.
Zero. And if they came and talked to my face, they would get fucking. If they wanted, like, they'll get a different side of me. Like, I can play. Like, we can play whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't even know who these people are. I hear it all. My DMs are flooded with it though. And I just like, as soon as you talk shit or say something dumb, I just automatically block. Done. I don't even care. It's like I'm used to it now. You know what I'm saying?
That's something to look forward to, huh?
It just comes down to like, yo, and there's so many good people out there too. Don't get me wrong. There's so many great people out there. But it's just like, if you're on some weird vibe, or like, I still, they might not even know why they don't like me. But ask them. You know,
Yeah,
I would,
don't know.
when people talk shit, I like to know, like, what did he do?
There's a lot of people that actually like fuck with you heavy. Like, oh yeah, I fuck with Matty Ice. Like a lot of people are excited that you were coming on the show and supporting. And people that are my supporters, they support you too. So they're like, oh, that's a cool.
You know what I learned? No matter what, you can't make you're not going to be friends with every single person.
Yeah.
No matter what. So no matter what, you're always, especially when we get to a certain situation of a little bit of notoriety, I am a nobody. I am not this major. I mean, I am not this celebrity, A-lister, right? Or anywhere near that at all. All I am is somebody that has a little bit of notoriety with a platform. And when you get a little bit of notoriety, then you start to get some chatter and some haters and shit, and good on both good and bad.
Yeah.
And I think that's all that's happened. And to anybody that has a real issue with me, and please DM me respectfully, and I'd love to talk to you about it.
Okay, I can
Just
respect
be cool. And if you have an issue with me or you want to know something, please just be respectful about it on your approach, and I will be very respectful to you.
Honestly, man, the fact that like I'm talking to you right now is crazy, because like I'm like, oh man, when I reached out to you, and this is the first time I even reached out to him. He was real respectful. Actually wrote me back, and we were keeping in contact. And I'm just like, man, that's cool, because you would think you would be like kind of like,
Right.
you never know. You just never know, because
most people don't do that.
Yeah, most people don't do that.
Yeah.
They kind of.
You got local rappers that straight ignore you.
Oh yeah, there's people.
I get ignored too. Don't get me wrong. Yo, I get ignored by. I can't tell you how many rappers I've DM'd this past week. Bigger names. They haven't read my shit.
Okay.
You feel me?
Okay.
Like, so like, yo, this is it's the same shit.
Yeah.
And you actually and I actually acknowledge that you even came on time. Like you came on time. You came like 30 minutes.
I'm
early.
very serious about that. One thing, if you know me about in
Yeah.
life, I am an on-time, punctual person. I think it's very, very, very
I like
important
that.
to be on time
Yes.
in life. Period. I think once you start like in life, early. I'm always early. I'm up at 4 a.m. now.
Have you had like artists come late to your show? Because I'm having that problem right now.
So yes, and this is what you need to do. Well, with me, a lot of them, majority of them pay me.
Yes.
And I am very firm when you book. If you come late, I'm going to give you a 10-minute window. I don't wait around. I'm not, again, this comes back to, I am not your waiter and I am not your bitch. Do not treat me like that, because a few artists have. And I will literally flip the script and tell you just like that. Who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, don't treat me like I am your bitch or your waiter. That is not going to fly with me, because I'm here to help you and promote your music and work together. Now, if you're paying me and you're 10, 20 minutes late, like you gave me some bread, like I'm gonna respect that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But like, if I invited you on, and you're 30 minutes late, some shit like that. Like, bro, I got my engineers here. He's getting paid. Like, no, come on time. I'm a
Yes.
very firm person about being on time.
Matty Ice said it here, man.
Be on time. I mean, yo, that's
on
and you tell him,
time, man.
be like, yo, like I'm not gonna
Yeah.
wait around. Be firm about like, yo, I got shit going on. Like I'm on a schedule.
Yes, yes.
No, like
And
you're
that's-
just as
that's-
important as they are. You know what I mean?
I'm like, man, I'm trying to support you and put your stuff out there, and you know what I'm saying, and give you love, man. And y'all shitting on me right
And
now,
just no,
bro.
but be firm about it. Be like, yo, I have an engineer. He has a
Yeah.
family to take care of. He has other appointments, and this is not just me. I have other people here. So
Yes.
please come on time. And I'm very firm about that when I tell him that.
I like
But
that.
there's things that come up. You can't be like, oh, you're 10 minutes late. Like, you gotta see where it's at. If you're like outside smoking a blunt for 20 minutes and you don't care about like me being up there waiting for you, that pisses me off. But like, you know what it is.
Oh, yeah.
So
Say what?
Oh, I thought you said something. I'm
No.
sorry. I thought you were gonna ask a question.
No.
So Matty, what do you have like coming up in the future? Like, where do you see your platform? What's new? What's something new that you want to?
I'm talking to 2 companies right now about signing a deal right now.
Oh,
So I've been talking to 2 companies recently. Matter of fact, this past week about I do want to sign a deal.
okay.
To a network or to a platform or to somebody that can help me monetize my content and give me, some stuff that I'm not doing necessarily right. I think my monetizing and getting my content out to the world, I can do a lot better. And I need a team that can help me with all that. Like I'm only a one-man person that can, I'm not the best on the like technical, and I'm not the best like on the internet with, putting clips out and monetizing them and all that shit. Like I need help with that.
Yeah.
And I think that's what a big company or a platform can help with.
Yeah.
And that's a big advantage. Not only that, it helps you blow up because your content's being seen a lot more.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just had one viral clip that went crazy. It had 13 million views on TikTok.
Which one was that?
I interviewed Kyler Murray's hairdresser, Swanee,
Oh
and
yeah. Okay. Swanee was dope.
it went crazy. Like that's my actual most viral interview on the internet. It had like 50 news articles
Oh
written up
yeah,
about
that's
it.
right. That's right. Yeah, that was big.
It
man.
went viral. Yeah, it went very
Yeah, 'cause
viral.
she was talking some
Wow.
crazy
It
shit.
has 13.2
Yeah.
million views on TikTok. One
Yeah,
video.
I saw that too, bro. That was a good interview, bro.
Yeah, it was a great interview. And it's crazy. Like, yo, she's a hairdresser. She's not a big artist or anything like that. But it was my favorite interview to the date. My favorite interview.
No,
That's
she was
dope.
dropping that. All
She
type
dropping
of-
all
Yeah.
the all this.
Swanee's
I was like,
amazing.
man.
Swanee's amazing. If you need braids and you're in Arizona, hit Swanee.
Yeah,
Swanee.
man. That was big.
Yeah, it was a great interview. It was a national interview. It went
Mhm.
national.
No, that
That
was
is-
big.
That's crazy, man. Hey, take her with you when you get up.
It was
on
my
the big
it was
stage.
my first interview that went national.
Wow.
Your first interview.
So like it was crazy. So I was in my bed at 8:00 at night. I posted it on TikTok. I don't even really post on TikTok. I had 500 followers on TikTok. I had never even fucked with TikTok really. I maybe
Right.
posted like 5 times.
Yeah.
I put that on TikTok, and I'm not joking you. Within 5 minutes, dog.
It's a dog. You all good.
Oh, okay.
Within 5 minutes, I put it on TikTok.
Yeah.
And it had like 100,000 views. I'm not joking you. In 5 minutes, like I'm not joking you.
Minutes?
To this day, right now, if we were to pull up my phone right now,
Yeah.
during this interview, there's been at least 20 comments right now. It's still viral. Like we're still doing 20,000 views a day on that post, 10,000 views a day, some shit like that on that post right now.
That's crazy.
To this day, and I posted it almost 2 months ago.
Yeah, that was
How did-
Tito.
That's.
So people was all over it.
I mean, dude, it
yeah, like,
it
how
has
did that happen?
it went
I'm so-
viral.
And people ask me if I come on your platform, will you make me go viral? And I'm like, how am I supposed to make you go viral, bro? Like, I don't even.
I didn't even know that was gonna go viral like that. To be
Yeah,
real
like
with
how
you.
do you even make?
You probably won't even know the shit
Don't.
that will.
It's timing. So like with that, like it was Kyler Murray. He was in a contract situation.
Yep.
Kyler Murray doesn't get talked about a lot.
Mhm.
And she's like, the first thing she said is, I have a story about Kyler and I didn't sign an NDA, so I don't give a fuck. And
Oh,
like
yeah,
right when she said that, like it automatically zooms in the listener. Oh, Kyler Murray, she didn't sign an NDA. This is another Deshaun Watson story.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna listen.
Woo.
So she said the right things to trigger them in too.
Mhm.
And to be real with you, I'm a diehard Arizona Cardinal fan, so kind of put me in a weird spot. And Kyler didn't unfollow me. Guess he's blocked Swanee. And at the end of the day, a lot of people were siding with him.
Wow. So they pretty much tore you guys down.
No, like they were siding with him.
No, they
like,
were siding with him. They saying she was wrong. Most people were saying that.
yeah, saying that like he asked her to wear pants. Now listen, her story is this: it's Arizona. We're in the summer. You call me to replace a braid when I'm trying to leave the gym, and like I got kids and shit too, and I'm leaving the gym, and like I'm rushing to your fucking house to fix your braid, and you want me to put on pants and stop home and put on pants. Her exact quote was, she said this: "You can fuck off."
Right.
And I respect Swanee for that because the money didn't control her.
Yeah.
Her morals and values and what she felt like she wanted to do controlled her, and I respect her for that. And that's why I fuck with her so much. Is like maybe she was wrong too. I don't know. Like that's everybody has their own opinion on that.
Right.
He wasn't necessarily. It would have been a lot worse if he said, "Can you come here in booty shorts?" And
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like that's a lot worse, right? So at the end, she said this on Kyler's behalf. He was always extremely respectful. Never made her feel uncomfortable. Never. He was always a class act as far as that's concerned. So let's not like this isn't a bash Kyler thing, or he's a good person as far as like who he is and morally and all that. I think with that situation, like she has every right to say, I don't want to fucking wear pants when I come to your house every time to do your fucking braids. You can fuck off.
Yeah, I mean, I respect
And that's what she said. And like, you're not. And she said your appointment's canceled. To
But
Kyler
she
Murray.
does so many people's
That's
hair
crazy,
though,
but
like you know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It
she
isn't-
did. And his appointment was canceled. And she still has all of her Cardinals as clients.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, she does so many people's hair. I see it. I got her on IG and all that. So
And hopefully Kyler, the dream would be we want to bring Kyler back. We want to get Kyler to come back. And we'll see. Maybe Kyler will one day have a change of heart and he'll need the braids done like Swanee. We'll do them. And we'll see how the season goes.
hey, hopefully, hopefully they turn up, man.
But it was
Turn up,
super
baby.
dope. Let's put it this way. This was the first time. And by the way, when you have this moment, it was amazing. I woke
Wait,
up.
at that moment.
This was the first moment I woke up to like news articles, writing up news articles about the Matty Ice show and pulling clips from the show. And like, it was just, I never had that experience before. It was like the media is now reporting on my shit. And it was fucking awesome. Like just seeing like hip hop, like Hot New Hip Hop was posting it and like all these.
Oh, I actually seen your stuff the other day on.
So different platforms were posting it like on their fucking media shit. And that was cool, like to get coverage like that. And I think that was like, that made me feel like, okay, this is fucking awesome. Like this is this is why we do this.
That's real.
Yes,
You know what I
yes.
mean? This was like the first time like we went viral. Like that was my first viral interview.
I've seen your stuff on it was a IG page, but they do like they do like news too. I just seen it like the other day.
For sure.
I was gonna tell you about that, but I didn't.
Tell me some of the shit.
But yeah, I seen it. I was like, what? I was like, how did he get on this platform? Like he probably didn't even know this platform. You know what I'm saying? That was cool.
How do you feel about Joe Rogan's show and some of the ways those guys are going? Do you feel as though you want to follow the path that Joe is setting? Because he's really setting the path especially for financial. What do you think about Joe and his platform?
So Joe Rogan recently I caught up was saying, the N-word plenty.
Right.
Now, he was saying that, I think, 20 years ago or some shit like that, and never is right to say it, right? But let me say this, and I have never said the word.
Okay.
So I can freely say this because I've never fucking said it. Back in the day, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, the word was being used a lot more freely between people. Like, yo, what's up?
Yeah.
You heard it a lot more, like in school and shit like that. You heard it a lot, right? I heard it a lot. I didn't say it, but I heard it. I never thought I could say it, or I should say it. It's not my fucking word. It's not my place. And I think that he should have never said it. Period. You got to think 3 steps ahead. You should never have said it, especially on a fucking camera, like on your podcast, like where your fucking cameras all over you. So I think that was a very interesting moment for him because he didn't get canceled, surprisingly.
Right.
Yeah.
But he was caught saying it in pretty derogatory ways too. I mean, even like he was talking, I think he said something about like calling an ape or something. I got to read about it, but he said some pretty like derogatory shit too, like some racist shit. So like, but as Joe Rogan is an interviewer and like, somebody that can sit down with somebody for 5 hours and interview him, that takes some fucking talent.
Oh yeah, he's
good.
Like
that takes
really
some,
good, man.
he's mad respect to Joe Rogan and his platform and everything he's doing. I'm a big fan of the Nelk Boys right now. I've been watching the Nelk Boys a lot, bro. I've been watching I watched the Elon Musk interview recently.
Mhm.
Elon Musk. Yes.
I fuck with Bob Menery too. Like I like those guys. Like I think the Nelk Boys though, what's cool about them is they're getting like anybody, like any big name guest they're interviewing. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's just cool to see how people are like growing on their stuff. Like I like I said, like I'll look at someone's platform and see where they came from to like now, and I'm like, damn, like in this like lane, it's so easy to just I mean, it's not easy, but everyone's trying to jump in, like jump in right now. Cause But when I actually started, it wasn't a lot of podcasters.
Mhm.
Now it's like a whole like everybody's
Mm-hmm.
podcasting, you know.
And I will say this, and I'm not going to pat myself on the back at all, because that's not. I'm not like, I don't want to make a conceited comment here, but it might sound a little conceited.
Yeah.
I do truly believe
Yeah.
that I made a little lane here few years ago in Arizona for artists a little bit. I made a little lane here a little bit. I really believe that.
Yeah,
I believe that, and
sure.
especially with the fact that I've been open about I charge.
Yeah.
And other platforms are charging out here too. And they started that after, and they were actually dogging me when I was charging, and now they're doing it. And I think that's great, because I basically said, fuck everybody. I know what I'm doing, and I have my business motto of it, and this is how I'm going to stand on it, and I'm going to stand on it, and I'm going to lose people, and I'm not, and people are going to fuck with me, and they're not. And I just feel like right now, I want every platform to succeed out here.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't care, like, dude, I don't care. I don't even pay attention to a lot of that. I want you to do great. I don't care. Like, all I really care about is just, please don't, if you have an issue with me or you want to talk, just hit me.
Yeah.
DM me and talk. Don't go and say, like, don't start. I don't like narratives. One thing about me is I do not like narratives.
So
Don't put a narrative on somebody. I don't like that.
why? Okay, what was the big issue about the charging though? Is it just the fact that you're making money off of the lane that everyone is in, and they're not making money, or is it like the fact that
I think people, well, one, sometimes artists get mad when you say you're charging, and I think people think it's like they don't, people just, they don't like the fact that they don't think, they feel like you shouldn't be charging for interviews. And it's like,
Yeah,
wait a
yeah.
second. I mean, Vlad does, and Adam does some, like a lot of people do.
yeah,
And it's not, I'm not charging you necessarily. I'm not charging you because I'm interviewing you. Like, I'm charging you because I have an engineer that I pay almost $200 an interview, like, to edit all my, like, a lot of, he does really hard work.
Yeah.
Like, it takes him a few hours to do afterwards to make sure the sound levels are right, and editing and the performance. And it's like, if I were to interview artists for free, I'd be broke, because I'd be
yeah.
coming out of my pocket. And like, I do interview a lot for free too, don't get me wrong, but it's like, as far as the charge thing is concerned, we have a business model. We're here together. You're here, right? Like,
Yeah.
you don't owe somebody an hour of your time on a Saturday
because, yeah,
when you can be doing other things. And like, then you got to cut the performance up, and you got to clip it and promote it and post it and promote the flyer. It's like, bro, it's a lot of work.
yeah,
And it's like, if we're doing an even exchange, like, okay, you're going to help me and promote my show. You have a good following. If it's an even exchange, great. If it's not an even exchange, then we got to exchange money. And believe it or not, it's the exact same way how artists work with each other. If an artist has, if it's an equal exchange,
Yeah.
like, do you think Future and Rick Ross are charging each other for features?
yeah,
No.
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 Oh shit.
Did you hear what the Game just said the other day? The Game just said the other day, he didn't pay NBA YoungBoy's $150 feature price. He's like, I would never pay that for I never paid for a feature in my life. He said. The Game said he's never paid for a feature in his life. He just said that on a podcast. NBA YoungBoy tried to charge him $150 for a feature, and he took it off the album.
Wow.
It's a fact.
I know Megan just paid a Future.
Huh? Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so
From
dumb.
300, he said, I'm never, and actually, like, give and take. Is that 150 going to make you 500?
Right.
So like that, I understand the business model of it, but the Game's just like, I'm not paying for a feature, period.
Yeah.
These artists that are like, if you're even Dirk said it. Dirk said it in an interview recently. I charge $400,000 for a feature, but if I know you, it could be free.
Okay.
If I fuck with you, it's free. Like that Boston Richie feature he did recently. I bet you Boston Richie didn't pay for that.
So now that's some good. I mean, but
How hard is it to go in a studio and really lay a 2-minute verse down and make a video? It's really not that fucking hard.
Yeah, it's not.
Like, let's be
But,
real.
but you got to think like these artists are like top notch, bro. Like I could see if it was like, all right, he's charging $400,000 for a feature, but it's like a local rapper or something, like whatever.
Right. Like if an artist that's coming up here, like whatever, and any artist that's coming up here right now, and they hit up, Future for a feature, like, I'm sure Future's gonna say, yo, bro, like, is this an even exchange?
Yeah.
Is it? Okay, then where's the even exchange coming in? Is it gonna be money? Are you doing something for me? Are you putting me onto a business or a connection of yours? Okay, none of that. Are we locked in? Is your family and my family super close? Are we friends? Oh, so none of that. So then it has to be a money exchange.
How do you and Rick Ross like work as far as like, and not trying to be
Yeah.
but like, do you? Because I know that you were saying on one of the interviews, like, you guys aren't like best friends, or like his family's more important, type thing. How do you? What's the dynamic with that?
So what in that interview was a great point. Ross actually commented He I've said this before. Ross has family, friends, people that are within his label, business partners, executives that he's known for 20 or 30 years longer than me. The reason why I've been able to maintain my relationship with Ross now for 2 years, and I've met him over 20 times, and it's the reason why I've been able to maintain my relationship with Rick Ross is because I understand my role and I don't overstep it. And I'm not a groupie. I've been around him and LeBron James, and I don't even care. Like next to LeBron James, or like last week we were around Rudy Gay and Lamar Odom and Wiz Khalifa when I was in Vegas. We're right next to him in the same room, like this, and I don't care. Meaning, like I understand the moment, and that's where a lot of people fuck up, and they get too excited, or they act stupid, or they just. You got to understand your role, and you got to understand, like, you are, like, when he's sitting and huddling up talking to Wiz Khalifa and Rudy Gay, like, that's not my moment.
Okay.
My moment is to be drinking a glass of champagne and kind of looking around, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's not my moment to go, like, up there and, like, you get me? And, like, I think that's where Ross has really, like, respected me, is that I've understood my role the entire time, and he's become more open to me. Like, now it's to the point where he's, like, it's extremely genuine. Like, especially this year, we've become a lot closer, I would say, as far as like, just I'm not nervous. I was nervous around him sometimes before. Like when I first met him, like, yo, I'm nervous. Like, I don't want to, like, yo, I really respect this guy. Like, this is somebody that like I idolized growing up. Like, I listened to all of his music, and like I respect it. I like, it was a big thing. Like, you know, like when I first met him, it was a very big deal for me, at least. Like, I really like took it seriously and like was nervous, like straight up. I was nervous just to get to know him and like how to move around him, and like I'd never been around an A-lister like that, like so intimately in a room, like just to be around like that. And I just learned a lot just from being around him, and how the game is, and how to move, and how to be respectful around people, and to understand who you are and your role. That's where a lot of people, even in artists nowadays, like, yo, this takes time.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to get to Ross's table for a while, like to his section, like just go up there. Like, no, that took time, like to get him to rock with me. Not only that, though, I'm close to his entire team, like his from his executives to, I'm interviewing his head executive in a week. His I mean, everybody on the label I'm close with.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, like, once he did give you that the sponsorship for the Bel Air, was there like, and he didn't know you, so did he like fly you out somewhere?
So it's not that
like,
he didn't. He saw, he knew me from social media, and I think he might have knew me a little bit through Antonio Brown, because they were close, and I interviewed Antonio before that.
Okay.
So that might have helped me in my favor a little bit. I think Ross just truly just said, "Fuck it." He said what he was going to do. Let's see what he does. If he doesn't do it, he's done.
Okay.
And I did it, and like I didn't stop, and like I did it to a different degree of like what he's seen before, and I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not. Listen, I said that in another interview. If I stop, why should Ross fuck with me anymore?
Yeah.
Who am I? I'm not Ross's best friend. I'm not his cousin. I'm not his family member.
Yeah.
I'm miles away from him. I have to work. Me and Ross's relationship will always be based on how hard I work first. For now.
For now.
Or at least for, me and Ross's relationship is only going to go how hard I work. Like, and I just, but just for him to like, I respect the hell out of that. Just for him to notice me and like fuck with me and rock with me genuinely.
Yeah.
I'm going to work hard.
Hell yeah.
I'm motivated. I'm going to work. Like, bro, I'm going to work. He's in my DMs last week. Yo, Matty, interview this person. Here's his number. That's where I'm at with Ross now.
Cool.
Like, that's how good of a guy Ross is. Yo, Matt, I want you to interview this person.
That's cool. Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to put you on. Like, that's what he's been helping me with. And like, that's the type of person he is.
Okay.
Is like, yo, I want you to interview him and interview him. And I'm going to interview Ross one day too. To be real with you, everybody asked me, I've never asked Ross to interview him.
Oh.
I have never asked Ross to interview him, because to be real with you, I'm going to.
Yeah.
At some point. But to be real with you, like, it's not going to be a shocker to everybody anywhere. Like, outside of like this, yeah, it will be great content and I have to do it. But it's not going to be like, oh, Matty interviewed Rick Ross. Everybody knows I'm cool with him. Like, we're cool. Like, it's not going to be a shocker, like, to me at least.
Yes.
But I'm going to do it, and it's going to be an unbelievable interview when it happens. I'm already planning it in my head and plotting it, and I have some of the questions I already want to ask ready to go. Hopefully that happens in the next 6 months to a year. And I guess it just comes down to, knowing my role with Ross and being genuine and being around his team, and everybody's they're good people. I always have a great time when I'm around him. Bel Air bottles are going crazy. Ross loves performing. He truly is an artist that loves to perform. He fucking loves it. So like he loves performing, loves it.
Ross.
He just dropped a song, and he was the first verse on DJ Khaled's new album. With he has a song with Jay-Z and Hov, or Jay-Z and Wayne. God did.
I think
Yeah, Ross is the first verse on the track. Ross is a mogul. Ross is somebody that, like, on my deathbed, trust me, I'll never forget these 2 years. Like, I promise you. Like, I just got the chills in my body just saying that. I swear to God. And I just posted this in my story with Weasel. Like, what me and Weasel did. I don't know if you guys know who Weasel is, but he's a videographer out here. What we did last year, I'm not like it's just I can't even explain it to you guys. Like, to be real with you, it's unexplainable. To be real with you, some of the shit that we were doing in the interview game, like we did 250 YouTube interviews last year. If you think about that, 250 YouTube interviews is 20 a month. So if you think about that, 20 a month, we got 30 days in a month, and we're cutting them up and putting them up. My YouTube channel shows it, and that's not including like a lot of the Vegas. So like we were going to Vegas and interviewing 20 artists at a time, and like I went to the Boosie Bash and like interviewed. I mean, I had full access to the Boosie Bash, right? I interviewed the baby. I interviewed Boosie's mom, his uncle. I interviewed Boosie and at the Boosie Bash, and who else was there? Mooski and HD for President. That song, "Bow Bow Bow." So like we just did so much shit, like, and that we did that in the middle of a hurricane. So like no bullshit, like what happened after that. I don't know, Hurricane Ida or whatever. Like we flew in there and we've made a lot of sacrifices that people really don't really know, like what we really have done. And I said this last year. I won podcast of the year here in Arizona, at AZT Trending, and I would have never won that without him, ever.
Man,
ever.
shout out, yes.
Without my engineer, without my videographer, I would have never won that shit, ever.
Yeah,
And I can say that respect. We were dedicated to the same grind. Like we were both on the same page.
Yes.
Like, yo, I wanted this just as bad as he wanted this. We both wanted it the same. And like that's what it takes. Like, yo, Batman and Robin shit. Like, you're only as good as your team. Like, bro, my engineer, like if he didn't get me in, I can be a dick like sometimes. Like, bro, I need my shit. Like, bro, I want to post every fucking day. Like, yo, I'm not.
Oh, yeah,
you feel me?
like
Where's
that.
my shit?
Yeah.
Like, you know, and respectfully, but like we've had, but like we understand the same grind and concept. So we go back to that. Like, yo, we're trying to do something. But 2021 was a year that I'll never. This year, I don't think I've done as much as I'm not as satisfied this year as I was last year. Maybe that's because last year I was on the come up and I did a lot of shit last year and did a lot of different crazy things.
Yeah.
Maybe the second half of this year, I'm going to be really satisfied. But 2021 to me was just such a special year.
That's a lot of interviews, man. Like,
and not just that, like we sat down with like
interviews,
OTF, a lot of their label, Boosie and Ethica, and just we did a lot of different things. Like I interviewed Nate Dogg's son in Hal at his house. I went to Hal's house and interviewed him. Just like I was doing everything. I was rolling up to cribs, backyards. I didn't give a fuck. Give me a wireless mic, let's go. Camera, wireless mic, let's roll. I was hungry. I'm still hungry.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, okay.
But that's what it takes too. Like, be hungry.
Yes, yes. I was actually I was in my living room and he picked me up and I've been doing it, in the studio. So
and don't be, Joe, an advice I can give you too is don't be like episode 1 or episode 3 or episode 5 or episode 6. Who gives a fuck? This is the Matty Ice interview. This is the Vaughn interview. Like, this is an episode 5. Drop every fucking day. If the interview's unlisted on your YouTube, list it, drop it. Like, I think a lot of podcasters get like, oh, it's Wednesday at 5. We're dropping every Wednesday at 5.
Yeah.
Just drop them randomly. Like, I just drop my shit whenever I want to. If they're unlisted in my YouTube, I'm going to drop that today. I'm going to drop that. There's no rhyme or reason for why I'm dropping it.
Okay.
I'm dropping, like, if I feel like it's a good time, maybe algorithm-wise, I'll drop it. But, like, I'm not, like, I'm dropping interviews. There's no set date.
Okay. So you just drop one. Okay.
I might drop 4 in a day sometimes. I don't care. Like, I'm just dropping because at the end of the day, this is another thing. No one's really watching my channel to see like an independent artist that no one's really heard of before. Right. No one's going to be like, oh, I'm going to go watch the, and whatever artist, right?
Yeah.
That no one's really heard of before, right?
Yes.
But their fan base will, and their friends and family will. And that's how we blow up as podcasters, because how we're going to blow up as podcasters is by doing a mass amount of interviews and getting to know a lot of people. And, for instance, like no one's going to really watch this Matty Ice interview besides people here, right?
Yeah,
but
no,
those
these
people here might tell these people, and like that's how, or their friends or family, or they might be they might be watching it at their house right now, and somebody else might be there that has no idea who I am, and they're seeing this now. So like that's the whole thing, is like just keep building up an audience and keep building up people, because they have their own people that are going to watch it, and they're super excited for their interview.
Yeah.
So people are going to watch it, they're going to promote it, and that's, I think, the way we're going to blow up. Is just keep going.
I got one last question before, because I know
You're good.
the time. Now, do you pick, because I started to get into the point where I'm like, I kind of want quality over quantity,
Mhm.
and so I'm kind of picky with who I bring to the platform now. So is that a good way to think of things, or should I just be kind of the more people?
I
the
would tell
more-
you this. I would, if you want my personal advice, and some people might not like this.
Yeah.
For me, I feel like I don't have to be picky because they're paying me a lot of the time.
Okay.
So like, and I'm also not just taking every paid interview. I don't want to say that, because there is some interviews I've denied, paid interviews, for some reasons. Could be like, yo, you might have said something about me. I'm also petty.
Okay.
Like if I don't like, I can be petty, like in some ways. Like I'm petty. Like if your best friend talks shit about me and you want an interview, I might not do it.
Yeah.
I'm petty like that, for real.
Oh yeah.
I don't trust
That's
certain
fair.
situations and vibes. If I feel like a vibe's weird, I'm not doing it. So like, money doesn't control me, but if you're paying me, I respect it.
Okay.
I do respect it. If you're giving me money, I respect you. Like, yo, you got to respect. You can't be like, fuck you. You just gave me money. Like, can you say that to somebody?
Yeah.
They respect you enough to put bread in your pocket. Like, you got to respect that. So if you're paying me, I'm gonna respect it, and I'm gonna welcome you on the show. Now, I might not post your performance if it's trash.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I might not get
That's
behind the whole promo end of it all, but I'm gonna do my job as an interviewer and give you a good interview. I'm gonna give you the content that you came in, you're supposed to get. And it's your job as an artist to come and give me some fire. And if you give me fire, I will promote the hell out of it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You'll feel it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Samara Sin's interview last year, her freestyle went crazy. T.I. found her on my page.
T.I. followed her?
T.I. found her from freestyling on my show.
Oh, wow. See?
T.I. saw the freestyle. I ran some ads on Samara's. T.I. liked the video on my page, saw the freestyle, started following Samara, and DM'd her. True story.
That's dope.
True story. We talked about it.
I want to ask one question too, bro. I know you were saying that you're not doing this for Arizona, but you have to take an effect that since you are putting a lot of people on a higher pedestal, and since you are getting a lot of viewers, man, and you're building a dope platform, you are, regardless, you still are representing Arizona.
For sure. I got you on that. And I won the Arizona Podcast Award here.
Yeah,
Here's what I want to say. I think I say it a little aggressively. What I mean is, I'm not Arizona media. If you were to say, is there a state that I would want to win first right now? I'm here in Arizona, so I want to see Arizona artists win. For sure. I want to see them win and blow up. 100%. I spent 27 years in Illinois. I've spent 7 here. So like, this is not my home, would you say? But my whole family lives here now. But Illinois and, Chicago will always be my home, right? But Arizona, I do care about the artists here, and I am a platform here, so I have to respect it. I guess my whole point is, I'm not Arizona media.
For sure.
That's my whole point. I'm not Arizona media, and but if an Arizona artist, I will say an Arizona artist that is doing something will come before anybody else right now.
That's real.
So
and we appreciate you for that, bro, because like I'm saying, you're giving people a platform, and that's dope. And what you're doing is dope. And I want to give you a round of applause for everything you're doing, man.
I appreciate you guys being just genuine. And like, I saw your comments on, that makes me feel good. Like, I'm just as good as ever. Like, you're saying, he's a goat at what he does. That shit made me feel good hearing that from you.
Yeah.
You feel me? So like, for me, bro, I'm not on that weird. I just want to have good energy. Like, don't hate on, don't be a hater. Even the people that I don't necessarily like out here, I respect their craft and what they do and how they're doing it. And I've said that in closed doors off camera. Yeah. So for me, like, that's all it's about. And, just stay in your lane, do good work, put good content out, and build your platform. And in a year from now, you'll be shocked at what you've done.
And thank you, Matty Ice, for coming on the show, man. And like I said, I respect you. You don't even know how much this meant to me, but I was telling my cousin, just the fact of someone, that I look up to coming on the show and supporting, that means a lot. So
also, let me tell you this too. And anytime we can connect, I interview a lot of artists. If you see an artist you want to interview, just hit me. And I will make sure to put in a great word for you.
All right, thank
So
you.
you know what I mean? That's see how we work together. Like, yo, that's how. And it could be the same thing. You might interview somebody. Yo, you might be interviewing a year from somebody now, like that. I want to interview.
That's
Yeah,
real.
for sure.
You feel me? And I might
never
hit you
know.
up straight up.
Never know, man.
That's real.
So
Yeah.
just hit me. Like if you see somebody you want to talk to, just hit me, and I will make sure to put in a good word for you.
For sure.
And this is a great platform, great studio, and I'm excited for this. Is this gonna drop on YouTube or what are we doing? This is live.
This drops
Right now?
everywhere.
Okay,
Yeah,
we
good.
Live, yeah,
All right,
man.
so we dropping. Appreciate you guys and
Sure.
good facility, all that. So
Hey, thank you, man. Hey, and go follow the Matty Ice, or is it Matty Ice?
the
or
Matty Ice
Sculpting?
Show everywhere, Instagram, YouTube, everywhere.
Everywhere.
For sure.
Hey, man, go follow him, man.
For sure. Appreciate you guys.
For
Let's go.
sure. Peace.
Fire. Dope
Hey.
interview.